Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz here with Fabulous Concert Programs number 52, a whole deck of cards worth of fabulous concert programs. And this is the last in our Arnold Bax Symphony Cycle. Bax's Symphony number 7. Ooh, this is a fun program. You know, I've been trying to do these programs along certain lines, as the majority of them have offered something to entice the novice or the person who has sort of a limited knowledge of classical music, and he wants to see, a popular favorite along with some unpopular things. I mean, I've tried to find an optical at that too, but an optimal mix. And that's a perfectly laudable goal, I think, because you want to give people what they want. I mean, that's sort of the point of this whole exercise. But there are moments, I have to say, when I like to do what you might call a connoisseur's program. And this is one of those. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. And one of the fascinating things that I've discovered about this game of classical music that we play, especially, for example, my beginner's lists, where some of you have said, oh, well, that's too complicated for a beginner. Beginners don't. You never know what's going to turn people on. You really don't. And when people buy a subscription series to a symphony concert thing, they get 10 concerts or 5 concerts that they're going to go to. Some of the stuff they know, some of it they don't. Usually they're fairly trusting and they'll show up anyway. And then there's the ones that won't. Other people will buy tickets. I mean, it just may be the thing that turns somebody on. It really might be. And this is one of those programs that really might do that. This is my fin de siècle decadence extravaganza. The Bax Symphony number 7 actually is a little bit less fin and decadent than some of his earlier symphonies. It was written, I think, around 1930-ish or something like that, sort of at the end of his active career. After that, he became like master of the king's music, disappeared entirely. But the fact of the matter is that he was really at his best when he was just sort of oozing gouts of Celtic passion, whatever that is. And I think it's like a hand cream or something. But his 7th is supposed to be one of his weaker symphonies. I never thought so. I really like the 7th. I think it is at an emotionally somewhat lower temperature. If, you're talking about the difference between like a supernova and a regular nova. I mean, he was always sort of at a high temperature. But it's actually a very easy symphony to listen to. I enjoy it, and it has a lot of characterful stuff and some beautiful tunes and the usual wonderful orchestration. And what's not to like? I mean, hey, it may not be great like the 6th or the 2nd, but it's a really good symphony. And it makes a wonderful second half culmination of the Bax cycle. But to start off, here we go. Schreker's Prelude to a Drama. 8 horns and the whole Wagnerian apparatus going completely nuts for 18 minutes, full of luscious tunes and orchestration that's just as glowing and rich and crazy as Bax at his Baxiest. It's really astonishingly amazing. And then after that, we're just getting warmed up, folks. We're just getting started. The Szymanowski First Violin Concerto. Now, there's a piece you very rarely hear. It's in a single movement. It's about 20 minutes long, 22 minutes, somewhere in there. It's not 25. It's not ridiculously long. It is one giant, voluptuous song for the violin at the very top of its register, the whole time, full of subtle, shimmery, seductive orchestral textures and flecks of color. And it's just beyond yummy. It's unbelievably beautiful. And as with the previous program, all of these pieces end quietly, but it's a connoisseur's program. So connoisseurs are used to quiet endings, and they actually relish them. I think they're really marvelous, especially when they're, mixed with soft tam-tam shots, which these are. It's absolutely wonderful. A glorious collection of rarely heard pieces, but masterworks, really masterworks. I mean, fantastic music that doesn't get played nearly enough. I mean, the Schreker alone will blow your mind. I mean, completely. It's just beyond gorgeous. And the Szymanowski is yearning and sensual. And the Bax is, the Celtic twilight is twilit. It's the end of an era. It has a certain elegiac, maybe resigned quality to it, but it's just full of luminous beauty, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful program, and if you are a fan of great orchestration and fascinating uses of orchestral texture and timbre, boy, is this program for you. I mean, it's a textbook. It's a clinic in how to use a big orchestra with incredible gusto and uninhibited verve, and I think it's a wonderful way to bring to a close our Bax Symphony cycle. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you for coming on this journey to planet Baxia, and I hope all the Baxians have had as much fun as I have. This is dedicated to them. Take care.